Perfection is a very interesting concept. It is ingrained in everything we do and how we do it. On one hand, perfection is an absolute measure of success, doing things just right, creating something without any blemishes. Our longing for perfection shows up everywhere. Seeking a perfect partner, training for that perfect score, searching for that perfect project, or waiting for that perfect time. There is nothing wrong with reaching out and aspiring for greater results, but longing for perfection has its dark side. It keeps us stuck, paralyzed, stagnant, and very often fearful. We stagnate in our careers because we are just not ready yet. We delay our projects because we just need a little bit more time to review and evaluate. We never have that important conversation because the timing just wasn't right. In our personal lives, being chained by perfection costs us our happiness and fulfillment. If we're stuck seeking perfection in our jobs, in our businesses, at work, we sustain losses in opportunity cost and waste resources that could have been spent somewhere else with greater value. Hi, I'm Natasha Kasimtseva, your project doctor, and today I will tell you how your perfectionism is holding you back and 4 ways to get unstuck. But before we start, please click that subscribe button. It really helps me and my channel. Subscribed? Well, thank you. Now let's get to it. I myself have a terrible habit of getting in analysis paralysis, seeking that ever-evading perfection. But in order to keep myself moving, I keep searching for cures and tools to help me get unstuck. I'm super excited to share my 4 tools that help me and others get unstuck. Tool number 1. Start where you are. If I were to get a tattoo, this is what it would say. Start where you are. Have you been wanting to learn a new skill, try a new career path, or start a new hobby? Well, start where you are. You do not need to make a long list of prerequisites. You already have all you need to get going. One of the good examples, especially if you're in a project management space, is going for a PMP certification exam. It is very common that people would want to go for it, but they don't. They study and study and study, and they postpone and postpone the exam. Take the exam. Go for it. If you fail, retake it. We'll talk a little bit more about failure later. Here's my own example. I have been wanting to start my YouTube channel for years. First, I told myself, well, I don't have the right equipment, or I don't know how to edit, or I don't, and the list went on and on. Well, I'm proud to say that one day I started where I was, and now you're on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support. Tool number 2. Give yourself a set time interval. Agile teams use this principle all the time, and this is why Agile projects produce results even in smaller increments. If you're not into project management, here's how it works. You say, I have 2 weeks, and I'm going to do as much as practical in these 2 weeks, and when these 2 weeks are up, I will be done. When you have a commitment that you only have an X amount of time and no more, you tend to look at your tasks differently. Pick the tasks of the highest value and complete them faster. Tool number 3. Be in the now. This is not necessarily about meditation or mindfulness. This is more about helping yourself not to get so fixated on the end result. It's very hard to do because everything in our life is structured around chasing goals. Get that many steps per day, eat that many calories, close that many sales, complete that many deliverables by Tuesday. Goals are great. Goals keeps us focused, but surprisingly, fixating on the goals makes us miss all the fun and robs us from the energy to enjoy the process, look around, retrospect, and learn. When we have time to notice and enjoy the process, then perfection becomes less of a burden that weighs us down and more of an ideal that inspires. Tool number 4. I call it failure is your friend. I have a silly article I wrote some time ago. You can check it out. It's called I Want You to Fail. I'll link it in the description below. But for now, let's think about it. Why is it that we hold on to the notion of perfection? Why do we have to be perfect or do things perfectly? Look inside yourself. What do you see? When I look inside my motivations for perfection, I see the fear of failure. I'm so afraid to fail that I would use my perfectionism as a shield, as an excuse. It is much easier and more socially acceptable to say, I'm not done yet because I want this to be perfect, than to admit, I'm not done yet because I'm just scared that if I move on, I will fail. I think the cure is not to say, do not be afraid of failure, not a big deal. That would be just dismissing a very real struggle. I think the cure is to redefine what failure means to you. Failure is a teacher. Failure is a friend. Failure is how we learn and how we become more compassionate and humane. What do you think? Are you a perfectionist? Do you think perfection is something that we need to promote in ourselves, in our businesses, and in our company cultures? Please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you for being with me today. If you like this video, please click the like button and check out my other videos in my library. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video.